Hello, welcome to Stem Cell University channel. I am Katana.
And I am Patty. Our Stem Cell University channel is here for educational purposes only. We do not intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product to use, diet, or fitness plan. Today we are here with my good friend Rich West from Lithuania. Hi Rich, and how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for taking your time to come and spend some time with us regarding some very important information that we have been doing research on.
You're welcome.
We are talking today about new knowledge of health. Is there a new path of healing? Rich, I want to ask you a few questions. Is okay?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. How long have you been on the patch?
About 8 months or so, right around there, 7, 8 months.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who introduced you to this technology?
Patty did. Miss Patty right here is interviewing us.
Has this technology helped your financial? Has it helped you financially?
Yeah. I'm without really trying. I'm making about $1,000 a month. Don't even thinking about it. Literally, not thinking about it.
That's
residual. Just what? So yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rich.
Yeah. Well, thanks to you. I wanted to say, when Patty introduced this to me, we're friends, right? So she writes, "Oh, Rich, you got to do this. You got to try this." I think we were on video too, and I'm going like, I'm rolling my eyes. She can't tell, and I'm going, "Oh God."
I can tell.
Yeah. And I go, "What is it?" And she's all excited, man. And I go, "Yeah, I remember this shit." I'm going flashbacks from Herbalife back in the '70s, and then Amway back in the freaking '70s, literally the '70s. I'm going, oh, okay. And I got involved in the Herbalife thing. I go, okay, what is it? And so she's so excited that finally I go, okay, tell me some more. And she starts telling me more about it. And I'm going, okay, I don't know. And then she's telling me more about the results she's getting and the technology of stem cell activation, and it's starting to make sense. And I'm going, maybe, like, okay, I trust her, okay, I'll give it a try. So I gave it a fucking try, and it's like, damn, what a change. I was like, for me, overnight, literally overnight. At 73 years old, I'm out walking the dog, and the dog's walking me, and it's stiff joints, and walk and don't walk too fast and watch out and all that stuff. And it's achy. And I think I had 3 or 4 different patches on. I don't remember exactly. But next day, the joints were loosened up and it was easy. And the third day, I was jogging with the dog. I made a video about it. So it was really great. So yeah, it's like I was really impressed. So then I took a deep dive into learning more about stem cells and things.
That's incredible that you felt it right away.
Yeah. Some people don't. I think there are people that, especially older people, they're probably going to feel it right away because there's more things that the body needs that these stem cell patches can, and the other patches can supply quickly. The body is lacking, where maybe in a younger person, it's not such an issue to begin with. Anyway, that's just theory.
This one here, This is the Eon.
Yeah.
I'm doing research on it too, and I have a slideshow that I'm doing a workshop on. And I'll tell you, in 15 minutes, people don't even know what inflammation looks like, but they're taking pictures of these infrared what do they call it? Infrared machines.
Yeah, imaging. Yeah, sure.
And they've already proved it by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The body immediately starts, the red goes away, and then the process to heal the body starts coming in. That right there just is proof.
Yeah.
It's solid proof, and what people want. It's a very cutting edge, brand new technology, which is very important for us to all know about this.
Yeah.
And you're doing a video, right? You have your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
What feedback have you gotten from clients or followers?
Well, yeah, I've gotten a little bit of feedback. I'm not in touch with them personally. It's all online and stuff. But this one guy has had a rheumatoid arthritis.
Wow.
He's, I think he's in his 40s or something. And he's had it for a very long time, and his mother or his grandmother had it, and it's really, really bad. So anyway, instantly, I mean, like, in a couple of days, he started noticing the difference. And he just swears by it. He bought a 3-month supply of patches all at once. And he's his one happy
He wasn't
camper.
playing around.
No. So.
And you also got a diamond, didn't you? Or
Yeah, it was him. He was the diamond. Well, it was his girlfriend. They were together on this. So she bought the diamond pack, and
are loving it today?
Yeah, they're still loving it today.
Huge.
He loves it. Yeah.
You definitely, when I look at your videos from before, I mean, like 9 months ago,
Yeah.
you clearly can tell what you look like now and before.
Mm-hmm.
You already have a before and after picture. Because
Yeah.
let's think of it this way. We don't get better when we get older. We just don't. And people are praying, I'm going to pray, things are going to be okay. Fine, pray, but please have a little more knowledge. And that's why we're doing this video, so people can actually explore this information for themselves.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that got me on board to get more, there are various kinds of patches, is because as I was getting older, at 73 years old, I'm going, this makes sense. This longevity thing I heard about a long time ago, and I heard about the stem cell rejuvenation thing. And, people with stem cells can do all this neat stuff. And I go, it was always too expensive. It was stem cell injections. It was some weird stuff going on with where you get stem cells. And I couldn't afford it anyway. And it was just like, But when I found out how affordable it was, and then I tried it, and then it worked so quickly, I go, wow, there's hope. I don't have to look at the end of the road so quickly,
Exactly.
When you're in your 70s, it's not, you don't have to look too far down the road. And so right now, it's like, I don't even think about it. It's like, fine, hey, I've got plenty of time to do whatever. Because, am I right? Does the way the stem cell activation works, when they activate and create new cells, are they in better shape, a younger, more youthful version of the cell than the old cell?
Okay, so what's happening is, think of it like this. This is a little machine that we have in our body that's called GHK-CU copper peptide. So peptides that we have in our body are building blocks. Now, this peptide, has a little door that opens like this, right? And what it does is it spits out baby neutral stem cells. Now, when this machine that we have, a peptide, stops production, stops working, literally it's like turned off. Once you actually activate this by the X39 stem cell patch, this one, right, that I'm wearing right here.
Yeah.
So now this little factory is spitting out new pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells are brand new neutral stem cells. So they take a little bit. That's why they say 1 to 3 months, because the 3-month thing is we need to shed 2 skin cycles.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these skin cycles, we have dead cells that are sitting there dormant, kind of like, just old and not really working, right? So as we know now, our body secretes this secretion when it has a torn ligament, something that's broken. So our body literally is alerting these stem cells to go and fix it, because when we're younger, we never had neuropathy. We never had bone issues when we're younger, because this little factory is constantly repairing and repairing, because what's happening, one little stem cell, when it travels, it actually divides itself, and then it repairs, and it turns into eye, knee, skin, bone. We have it. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, and pluripotent, like plural, like many.
Yeah.
So it's potent. It has the potential of turning into many, many, many kinds of cells in the body. Almost everything. I just found out yesterday, except for the placenta and that stuff that creates the original. But there's another stem cell called the totally potent.
Ooh.
Totipotent, it's called. So totipotent can do everything, and pluripotent can do everything except create that which is the sac or the embryo, which everything else is created in. And then there's those other ones too. I looked into the other stem cells and what that means.
It's very deep, and there's scientists going on right now trying to figure this stuff out, right, Katana?
There's what?
Well, yes, and the other thing that, as you guys are talking about it, the collagen is what I kept hearing David talk in my head going, collagen. Collagen is the reason why our skin gets really dry and that saggy, because we start losing collagen after a while. And collagen, all these women, I was talking to one lady yesterday about all of this, women that go and get these shots of collagen in their face. And it showed me a picture of this one lady, an actress that got collagen, and she's got really huge lips. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, why would you want to do that? Like, why not just do something natural, and that it's not deforming your body, it's not destroying your body, because the collagen that they're making is not natural collagen. And as David Schmidt said, that our body starts creating with it. So once we start using the X39 and the X49 together, it creates more collagen in the body. So you're putting these two together, and both of them together, as we was talking about the X49 this morning in my first call on Zoom, that the X49 creates the bone and helps stabilize the bone. And then the X39 does everything else, right? Like,
So together they do they help with the collagen production?
The X39.
The collagen production.
Okay.
Yeah. Because one activates one side of the stem cells, and then this one activates the other side of the stem cells. Oops, my bad. We're upside down. So it activates the other side of the stem cells. So you're not just getting one side, you're you're getting both sides.
I see.
Then that's where our skin tightens up. And as Patty said, she was showing me picture, like videos of you, and she's like, check out my friend. And I was like, damn, he's changed a lot. Like you can tell a huge difference in your videos.
This is,
Yeah.
73,
Wow.
that's not bad for 73.
And your spirit is happier too. You have more energy, right?
Yeah. I can do a dance video tonight. Look at her. Just turn on the and start dancing. I don't have any aches, pains.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And you're
Heart's
73.
fine, blood pressure's fine.
Wow. And you're 73. That's not normal. Yeah. What?
My ears, my hearing is a thing, But when I went to the doctor about 3 years ago about my hearing, he said, "Oh yeah, it's the nerves." I go, "Well, what can we do about it?" He goes, "Nothing." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" With all the technology going down all over the world, advanced technology, you can't do anything for something as simple as the hearing loss. I didn't say it that way to him, but I'm just like, yeah. Well, it's the FDA and other medical institutions have a vested interest in what gets discovered and promoted and gets into the hands of the public. So I'm not going to go sideways and do a rant on that because of guidelines and things like that for YouTube. But I took a deep dive into the Food and Drug Administration and see who runs that thing and how they get how do they get into that position. They're elected by the new president gets to, he gets to choose his cabinet and these different department heads submits them for nomination. So anyway, the most, probably 75% or more of the heads of the Food and Drug Administration over the years, they land a job, when they get done, golden parachute, they land in one of the big pharmaceuticals. So it doesn't take a lot of math to figure out that they're getting paid and taken care of, and the pharmaceuticals, they make their money on disease and addressing symptoms and never on the cure and the healing, although they have all these research facilities for cures for this and this and this. But do you notice how slow the cures are coming? Of course, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, stuff is a workaround. I don't know how David did it. David Schmidt, the inventor of this stuff, but he did it. He got a workaround. So, I do know how I did it, but we don't have to worry about that. This stuff can get your stem cells working, and the stem cells will then start going to your nerves in your ears, those nerves, and start repairing the damage there. And your hearing, I'm sure, will last much longer than it would if you're not getting this kind of
He's saying that if you wear this daily, that it will reset your DNA back to perfection. It's already been said. That's a big statement.
Yeah, it could. Even like the Zoom I was on this morning, oh wow, it was very powerful testimonies, very amazing how they was telling their stories and what's happening with them. And I believe that the carnosine will help the ears. That's what I'm hearing from my guides is that the carnosine, will help the ears. Okay. So that's a good thought of like patching it back here behind the ear.
Oh,
good. See?
Yeah, I've got about 8 patches on right now.
What are you wearing?
I've got the energy patches. That's 2 patches, on my shoulders. I've got this one here. This is Nirvana patch. I forget which ones I wear. I got one, below my belly button. I got 2 below there. X49 is down there, and I think maybe the carnosine is down there today.
Good.
And
Glutathione?
the ion patch is
Eon, yeah.
on my foot or whatever. And behind my neck here, I have the X39.
Now, really quick, I just wanted to, yep, she's got her patch. There you go, Katana. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She's going to be putting on her patch. It's a tiny little wafer sticker.
Yeah.
It's a technology made out of organic crystals, creating a lattice. We all are wearing it. Yep.
Yeah, can you
And
see
you know
that?
what? Yep, there. I could totally see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
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 And we're wearing it because, you know what? We love ourselves and we see and we learn and we're exploring. We're exploring information for research. This is, you know, we're doing this because we feel it and we see other people doing testimonies with this stuff. Now, I'm going to show you really quick because this is actually something that Rich has not seen, but you're going to like this one. So which one would you do? Here, let's see. What would you do here on this point?
Yeah, right. Jay, I think the one on the left there, the little patch. Yeah. Yeah, a stem cell injection, they can cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 easily. And there's no guarantee, and they might work. We know a lady, you probably listened to the testimony. She did real well.
Yeah.
With her, got dramatic positive changes in her multiple sclerosis issue with the patch after she'd gone to Mexico and spent $20,000 on stem cell injection stuff that didn't work.
Wow.
Did you hear that one? Watch that.
I did not.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, so very effective.
Now I know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I know the neighbor down the way. He's had knee issues for a very long time. He got stem cells put into his knee, and you know they worked for a little bit, and then he was having a hard time walking. And when I came up on the patch, I was talking to him, and he was really like thinking about it. And then I think his wife kind of turned him the other way, like, God, she's already got you on those herbal things that she does. You're not going to do this patch. And so every day every time he comes to the house, I wear my activating your own stem cell t-shirt. And he looks at me, he's like, ugh. So he just had surgery on both knees. And, he kept saying, oh, I'll do it later. And so I just keep coming out there looking younger and younger and more. I'm losing weight. And he just looks at me and he's like, damn, Katana.
Yeah. Speaking of losing weight, I was never like overweight, really. But when you get older, the muscles get smaller, but you're still packing it on. So you might look the same, but you've got weight that you don't really need. And I was getting a little around the stomach, or
Normal.
hot gut. Yeah, old guy stuff. And then the love handles on the side there. And over the last 8 months, they call it skinny fat. You're kind of skinny, but it's still fat. How do you get rid of it? It's the hardest stuff to get rid of. It's just been melting away. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to show you how flexible I am for my age, okay? Ready? I'm going to show off.
Okay.
But she gets some Chippendale. Chippendale music.
You go.
But yeah.
Very
Listen.
proud. Oh my God. Wow. I see it already. Wow. Yep. Wow.
This is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wow.
And check this out. I can do this. It falls over time now. But yeah, really flexible. I mean, and I don't even stretch, and I don't do that every day, but I do my push-ups every day.
Good.
So yeah, it's like
Awesome.
And like, who can do that at 73? You know, raise your hand, you know? And it's this stuff we're using, these X39 patches, have been keeping my body flexible and strong and energetic. That's a big thing. That's another one. We didn't talk about that. Just energy and vitality. Wow!
Huge.
It's amazing. Like,
And next,
at this age, who talks like this? Who gets jazzed? You know, like, it's amazing. Yeah.
Get this
stuff?
next.
Tell me
Then
about
you
shine.
have to get this next, the shine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's that about?
It's going to like pump you up some more. But I'm saying, I don't know. Next, when we talk to you again, you're going to be like, oh, I actually got this thing. So I want to see. It's 39 bucks, right? $40.
Yeah, okay.
It lasts a month, and you can spray it. You're going to explain how you feel. For me, I feel like I have more intellect. I feel like I can recall. So this is intelligence water, like we were talking before.
Well, you look smarter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My sexual drive just came up.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear about. It helps with the hormone and the libido and all that stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, it helps with all of that, and like me, I'm more clear-minded, but I've noticed those urges to be more sexual have been starting, and I'm like, okay, I'm 53, going to be 54 in March 16th. So, you know, I'm a 69 baby, and I was getting where, because my menopause, pre-menopause started at 35. I started early, and then I actually ended menopause in my late 40, like 48, somewhere in there. So, you know, I didn't have the sexual drive as much as I used to. And now, I'm like, I can feel it happening.
It's natural.
That's great.
Our body
Yeah.
has this. Why do we have to stop it? You know, it's just, it's another life. It's a new us.
Yeah, it's a new life.
Yeah.
It's a new life.
Yeah. Live long,
Yeah.
live well.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Put
Live
your hands up
prosperous.
if you want it. Who wants to live
Yeah.
long, live well? Put your hand up. Woo, woo. Come on, Katana.
That's right.
I got both hands up. Because I got where I couldn't walk. I was where I couldn't walk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was having a hard time. I gained a lot of weight. I had a lot of inflammation. In 14 days of starting the Eon patch, and I started the Eon patch the first time. Exactly where I have this, I put it down just a little bit further, because this is the Eon. So I put it right here, and I had this, I was drowning in my own mucus. And I'm kind of allergic to a lot of things here in Nebraska, pretty much almost everything. And so I kept drowning in mucus. And one day I thought I was just going to drown. And then Patty calls me, and I'm getting ready for this event. And I'm like, I don't have very long, because I was leaving to Lincoln, Nebraska at that point in time for this huge event. And I was like, so she stuck in there with me. She like talked to me the whole time as I'm getting ready. And, you know, I was like, well, let me think about it. And I went to that event, and I was standing there with my herbal stuff that I make. And I'm like, you know, certain people walk by and they keep moving. So I kept hearing, well, what could you do with those patches? As what you know right now. And I'm like, looking around at the people and all of their issues. You know, I can read people like people read books. It's very easy for me. And I'm like, man, I could help people, right? And then I'm like, well, that's starting a whole new business. And they're like, why would you start a whole new business? Why not integrate it to what you're already doing?
Yeah.
So I'm standing there just looking and listening to what I'm being told. And they're like, okay, pick out some people that you could help. And I'm like, the lady right across from me, this person, that person, people behind me. As I'm standing, I'm in the middle of the ice arena and everybody else is around me. And I was like, you guys put me here for a reason, like to make me understand. Yeah. And so I signed up. As soon as I got done with the event, I signed up.
Uh-huh.
And we've been learning together.
It's been 7 months.
Yeah, we've been learning how can we talk to people, how easy is this to actually teach somebody? It's not easy. It's like, hey, this is the Holy Grail. You really got to try it. And they're like, what? Everything is the Holy Grail. Or, it's just powders and nothing works. It's just one of those gypsy snake oil things. But what I find is like, what we're learning is we have to start asking them questions and listening to them. Because we're in the public, right? I see people daily. I talk to people daily. Katana talks to people daily. And it's definitely a struggle. It's like we have to understand what's the key. So the key is, how are you feeling today? What's going on with you? Well, if you had something that would really work, would you try it? And then if they say, no, I'm tired of trying things, or, you got to kind of gauge this. So it's going with the water, right? You're talking. And it's not to get frustrated with the person, because I get frustrated with me. Like, it crushes my heart that I cannot bless this person with this beautiful, easy, simple little sticker that you put on. But one of the things that I'm learning is David Schmidt has already said, he's released this, these patches are about 24 hours. But our bodies can only wear it for 12 hours. And they don't promote that you stick it on yourself the second time due to aesthetic problems, right? So they're saying the sticker might be dirty. They're just, once again, it's these words that they're using. You can put it on your dog, right? But yet the idea is still there that there's double power on these patches. So for this channel, we want to release the true information that these patches are not very expensive. If you really look at the X39, it's $100 a month, but really it's used for 2 months for yourself. And if it doesn't stick on the second time, I tell people, heck, you know what? Look, I'm going to take it off. I've used this already. I'm going to put it inside my shirt. Look, it's inside my shirt, okay? It's inside. And if I go like this, it's still working.
Yeah. Yeah, I use them twice. I'll just put them over the side, and there's some, I got patches laying holes, but I looked on my foot, and there was a patch stuck to my sock. I go, what the hell is that? But yeah.
I find them in my shower.
Yeah. I wear them. Yeah, I wear them in the shower all the time, in the bath. And then use them a second day.
Yeah. This is what I do. I learned to. So I get the little sticker on the piece of paper from the back, and I cut it. I put a little piece of tape, and then I put a little bubble on it.
Oh, okay.
So I know what patch it is, right? And we all know that the back of the patch it looks like this.
Yeah, it says what patch it is on the back.
Yeah, because all of them don't have that. So I take a little time. I cut the thing off. I put a little tape on top, and then I make a little bubble. That's my own way, because I have my husband, my dog, my son is using it. We're all using it. So clean it.
Sometimes what I'll do, like I'm going to bed at night, and I go, oh, okay. So I've got like a patch here, a patch here, one on my stomach, and like on my foot, my leg, and then my foot. I'll just put top patch, second patch, third patch,
Smart.
fourth patch, and so they look kind of like that.
Oh, smart.
Two patches,
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then in the morning I go, okay, the first patch was I know what it was X39. Second patch was a glutathione patch. But then I look on my little chart, it says where to put the patches, different days, put the patches different places, right? And so, okay, then I'll put, that's how I've been doing it. It's freaking.
And it works. You don't have to do, as long as we do need to follow this protocol, okay?
Yeah.
There's a rule, okay? Of course, there's a rule. 12 hours on, 12 hours off.
At least 12 hours. You go off longer than 12 hours, but at least 12 hours off. Don't overdo it. Okay?
Yeah.
Let the body rest so it can redo. Yeah, and drink lots of water. But look, we all got our water right here, don't we?
Drink your water, please, because
Yeah, I like Rich's water. He's not playing around water.
yeah.
I got serious water, man.
Now, do we know why we have to drink the water? Let's address that. Like, why is it that we have to drink the water?
Well, for one, because the body will start flushing. The stem cells will go in there and start repairing damage, and as they repair this, the old stuff fluffs off. It goes into the lymphatic system and the bloodstream and all this stuff. And so you got to drink a lot of water, so it will help the body flush those toxins out of the body. If you don't drink the water, it won't flush out. It'll can recycle, and it can be reabsorbed by the body if it doesn't work properly.
And you know what it does? It actually is called herxing. So this is a phototherapy healing that we're getting, right? It's phototherapy. And the effects of phototherapy, if you don't drink enough, is called herxing. Herxmeyer or something. But so the body has two things. You either pee it out or it comes out of your skin. And then you can get a nice little cream, go to the doctors, get a little cream, cortisone, whatever, it'll come out. But if you start to notice that there's this coming about, you're not drinking enough water. You can say, I'm drinking, but you're not.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let me mention a thing about...
and the other thing...
Go ahead, Alicia.
The other thing is that the stem cells need water to produce more stem cells.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Our body has water.
I was going to mention a thing about phototherapy.
Please.
Phototherapy means light therapy. Photo as in photon. And the long term is called, and I'm sure you guys know this, but for the people who's watching, it's photobiomodulation therapy. And so bio, that's life. Modulate means to change. So the photons, like from the sun, the photons hit the body, the biology, and it modulates or changes the body in such a way that we understand that it will kick out, it'll cause the body to create vitamin D.
Yeah.
So that's a photobiomodulation phenomena with the light source being the sun. These patches, the light source, the photons are coming from the molecules and the atoms in the body. And our body radiates infrared light. You can see that in night goggles. You see the red or the green guy running around in an alley or something in the dark. That's light, photons being radiated from the body, not the chemistry, but the body molecules and cells. So that as that light is being radiated out away from the body, it hits these patches, and these have crystalline structures in them that reflect the light back into the body, or the photons back in the body. And then because of that reflected light, the infrared light is being reflected back into the body, and it stimulates our body in certain ways. And one way is to stimulate the copper peptide to come back to life or start reworking to create the stem cells. Kind of. Did I get that right, Patty?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why you can
Right.
see the red on this. You see, I don't know if you can see it very well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I can
that's
see it
the
really
red.
good. Yeah.
You see the red that he's talking about? Like this is
Wow,
the
yeah.
imagery.
Go ahead.
This is the
Mhm.
imagery that he's talking about. When the goggles, you're seeing the infrared that's in our body. That's why
Yeah.
these machines, what you're saying, can detect the inflammation.
Yeah.
And they do exist.
Yeah.
Yes, because inflammation hides in many places. We don't even realize a lot of times that there's inflammation in the body because it's hiding under other things or other organs that hasn't even been presented yet. And this is what causes aging, is a part of this because inflammation goes in there and eats those stem cells.
A little thing I know about inflammation is that what's inflamed turns red is near the damaged cells. So the cells, when they become damaged, they signal a lot of things, and it's a repair stimulation. The body will start sending blood to the area, white blood corpuscles and different things to deal with the inflammation and the infection and all this stuff. And all that activity to repair the damage causes the inflammation. And when the bacteria in our body, it's always there anyway, but it feeds off the dead cells of our body, those that were damaged by injuries or toxins in the environment or whatever caused the cell damage, or the oxidative stress kills the cells. Now, inflammation is caused by the body's attempt to repair it, while at the same time, the bacteria is gobbling up and multiplying quickly because it's eating the dead cells for food. So that's how inflammation and infection can get carried away if you don't do something about it. So the stem cells being activated by they get into the bloodstream, and then they gravitate or move toward the damage in the body. And that is because the damaged cells kick out another chemical that is like an attractor, like a magnet, and it literally attracts the stem cell to that damaged area. And so the stem cells will stop, they'll multiply, and then they'll start getting busy repairing the damage. And now that the damage is being repaired, less food for the bacteria, less inflammation, and stuff like that. Now, there's a whole lot more. I'm sure you know more about it, Alicia, than I do, about the inflammation thing. But that's what I've learned so far about the inflammation. And so we got the cell damage throughout the body through oxidative stress, it's called. It's oxidation, as like rusting on a metal, that's oxidation. And it stresses the iron, and it breaks down the integrity of the iron. But in our body, the oxidation, literally oxygen from free radical oxygen molecules getting into the body through breathing and air and toxins and foods and everything. But those free radical oxygen molecules are attaching to healthy molecules in the body of the cell structures. And the molecules of a cell is starting to degrade like rust. It breaks down the integrity of it. And this is called cell damage. It's also called oxidative stress on the cells. And that is caused by free radicals and other things. But then to repair that, the body's got to always has to repair the cell damage. And it's the best way to do it, if not the only way. I'm not sure about those details, but stem cells will get in there and they can turn into any other kind of cell it needs to be turned into, and so you repair the body. Now, the other way that cells are repaired is like a muscle cell can regenerate and create another muscle cell. A blood cell can create another blood cell. Now, those are not stem cells. Those are just blood cells or muscle cells.
No.
But these stem cells, when they get activated, especially when we're young, those things will and start repairing quickly. So we repair quickly and heal quickly when we're young. At about, age 35 or so, the body starts, its ability to kick out stem cells just drastically drops. And by the time you're 65, it's almost freaking zero. And that's why your old age sets in, and it just keeps getting older and older and older. The body's cells are actually dying, and they're not repairing faster than they're dying. And so we see it and experience it as getting old. Alzheimer's, and rheumatoid arthritis and heart issues and everything. It's just the body is unable to repair itself quickly enough, faster than it's being killed off by oxidative stress, which is oxidative stress is the biggest known cause of diseases. And it makes perfect sense when you understand what oxidative stress really is. So, ta-da! Stem cell reactivation with these stem cell fucking patches. Fucking works. I like it. Works for me. Did I say it? Did I explain it well enough?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Oh man, you nailed it. You nailed it.
I didn't understand the oxidative, and I always explain this how, it's like your car and you're rusting, but you're right. The oxidative stress. Yep, external ion. Get it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's like a car battery, right? Like when the oxidation comes on top of the car battery and it gets on the post, and you have to remove it for it to connect correctly. Yeah. And understand that, we are energy for one, and we are light energy. And we need that connection for ourselves in our body. And the one thing that a beautiful lady in England, she just started this. She's like maybe 6 days in now. Her second day in, she goes, Katana, I want to share something really awesome with you. I feel more light in my body. Like, she recognized that she feels her body is becoming more light. And then her other one was that her joints, on the second day of using the X39,
wow,
her joints are starting to move.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
So that's the second day.
So just think about your body, inside your body, like being the top of that car battery, and how junked up it gets, and you have to remove that stuff to become like Rich here.
Yeah.
Man,
you're well oiled, my friend. You're like, whoa, look at this, I have no problems.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
And you're
oiled. Yeah, you're
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I definitely lost some around the waist. And I wasn't even trying. It's not like I go on a super diet or anything.
Yeah.
Just.
I'm maintaining 140, by the way. In 3 months, I'm maintaining 140.
Hey, well done. Good deal. Yeah.
And she made it through Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, Katana, I wanted to mention something about the, like your metaphor on the battery, car battery, with the oxidation, corrosion on that. Yeah, like for our brain, our entire nervous system. Those are neurons. Those are nerve cells that make up the neurons. That are the neurons. But the entire nervous system is made up of this stuff. Now, if you get oxidative stress, rust, corrosion, the connection, like on a car battery, isn't going to be as good. So the connection in your brain's not going to be as sharp and fast, and you're not going to have your memory as good as it used to be because of the oxidative stress, the oxidation or the rust, so to speak, in your entire body. So once again, the stem cells are there to repair the damage and help the body repair itself faster than life can cause the cell damage to occur. Thus, quote, old age.
Wow.
So yeah.
It's true. That's where memory loss comes in,
Yeah.
or as you know, and people kind of accept it, right? They're like, "Oh, it's part of old age," but you don't have to accept it.
Great segment. So, how about who do you think turned off this mechanism at age 35? Like, we literally have this all of a sudden, boom. Because I've been hearing from a long time ago that they're saying, who turned this off at age 35? Like, why?
Yeah.
What's your theory?
I have a few theories. Generally speaking, the ability for the body to create its own stem cells slows down and then turns off, and thus old age. So what would cause something like that? Some big things. I mean, I believe those that are in power, that are in control of things, have done this on purpose. There's fluoride in our water. That's not good for us, fluoride in the water. There's, it's all over the world. You know, in some countries nowadays, it's illegal. I think Japan won't allow it. But fluoride in the water, that's going to cause cell damage. Mercury in the silver amalgams, fillings in the teeth, super bad. There's genetically modified organisms, GMO food of all kinds is not good for the body, and the body is unable to regenerate properly because it doesn't have the right building blocks. So it's getting over. There's all kinds of chemicals in the food chain. I don't even know what BHT stands for, but it's a bad one. And most people don't know what that is, and I've never heard of it, but everybody's heard of MSG, monosodium glutamate. But there's so many other things, sugar and salt, and there's so many different things that are overloaded into the system, our physical system, by the economic system and the food chain and all that. Those at the top that control how this population on Earth is taken care of, they know. If people like you and I know, and there are people all over the world known for years and years, what's bad for us, fluoride in the water, various things you can't even mention on YouTube anymore. You know, you can't talk about it. It's related to one of these things, and hype on that. Well, I'm just saying, there's all those kinds of things are causing the body to be unable to reproduce their stem cells. Another big one is electromagnetic field radiation. Electronics, radiation from displays and TVs and phones, big, but overhead wires, telephone wires, high-powered wires like that, really bad. But it's called electromagnetic field radiation toxicity. Now expand that out, and I believe there's even more radiation toxicity. G5, that's the latest, greatest, terrible toxin for the body and the ability to stay young and healthy. But I believe that for a very long time, this has been going on the planet. And I have some theories on where that interference is coming from too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my big theory. I want to hear your theories, but I also want to hear, what was that you were showing us, X49, when I was talking about that?
So we discovered that this X49 not only has for the bone, so it's activating the GHK copper peptide daughter, and it gives bone repair, muscle repair, and it stops the 5G from our bodies, because we actually have that in our bodies.
Wow.
So once you're wearing the X49, you are repelling 5G.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know that. Yeah, which reminds me, different subject, but it's similar. Let's not forget what's the chemicals in chemtrails.
Oh, I know.
The nanoparticles
Yeah.
of aluminum, barium, strontium, those alone. But they are, there's been other things put in the aerosols, experimental things, different things to do different things. I don't even know what you can say on YouTube anymore about all that stuff, but boy, I could rant, used to be able to rant about that.
I'm not sure if you can see this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a simple little free app. Right here, it's called My Radar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, My Radar. It's called My Radar. I'll have you write it on. My Radar. And it looks like this. It has a little red and the, what a rainbow color with a little black thing. So
so the hot spot is the red, right?
Yeah.
And then yellow, green.
So this right here is New Jersey, of where I am. Okay, this is, of course, I'm going to tell you we're in New Jersey. And there's this nice little area down here that when you click on it, it says I turn on air quality.
Mm-hmm.
So I turn on air quality. And lo and behold, what do I see is that right here, Katana right now is, I'm sorry if it's a little hard to see, but this is pollution.
Yeah.
And when I look outside in my window, you know what I see? I see a lot of fog on top of the trees.
Yeah.
And that's pollution. This is actually what we have. Like, let's be smart. We have really bad pollution. And when it comes, this is Nebraska. This one right here says unhealthy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? Unhealthy air quality.
Wow.
And it's coming my way.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
It's moving across. So I have a thing about, you mentioned about aluminum, because we all know we're learning that aluminum is not the greatest thing for us. The glutathione, if you put it right here under the heart, like right in between here, it helps remove the aluminum in your brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to start putting the glutathione there. Yeah.
Yeah, just right here, right between the chest where the heart is. And I started doing that. And I kind of move it around, but I started it and I could feel my brain reacting to the glutathione removing, because where the heart is, that's our main source of the muscle, right? That's a big muscle moving all of that blood through. So it goes straight to the brain. So it didn't have to wait on routing through your body, in which it will go through your body, but this is a faster way to clean it out. And so I started doing that, and I could feel it. I could feel it like popping in my brain. Like it was just like little things happening in my brain. And it helped so much, because Alzheimer's happens because we intake aluminum and so many things.
Yeah.
And glutathione, just by itself, right here, by the heart, clears out the brain. And I learned that. Yeah, I learned that from David Schmidt.
And really quick, right here, if you want to know what pollution looks like, that's what pollution looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in Los Angeles in the 50s area, Southern California. Saw a lot of that. They cleaned it up really good recently, but I know that pollution.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Well, the one day I was there in Santa Monica, they cleaned it up nicely. The breeze blew everything away, apparently.
I've did healing sessions in a sweat lodge in Denver, Colorado, and we did prayers. And in the prayer, when we went in the sweat lodge, the pollution was there. And when we came out of Sweat Lodge, for like days, there was no pollution.
Wow.
Like we had mindfully removed it from the space in Denver.
Oh, that's great. Very good.
Okay. Well, we can wrap it up. So let's say, thank you very much for coming on with us. It's been a blessing to have you in my life. And
You're welcome.
I appreciate everything you do, and you're such a magical person. You and lovely Ekvila have really changed my life, and we know who we are.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And thank you for having me on your show.
Yes. And please come back again.
Yeah, okay, sure. Can do that. And it's nice meeting you, Alicia.
Yes, very nice to meet you.
Take care.
I'll see y'all later.
All right. Have a great evening.
Okay, bye-bye.